everyone. It's the 6th of the 6th, 2023, and this is the first table tipping report that goes into the members only area of our website, Société Jeanne d'Arc. So here on the Telegram group, you'll only be getting a few snippets of what we do. If you like what we do, then please consider joining our membership website, because we have a lot of work that we need to do and it needs to be funded. And if you think it's worth €20 a year, which I think it is, then please sign up. On the website today that has just gone up is our interview with Jeanne. It's a very inspirational interview where he talks about his father surviving not just the one killing field in Cambodia, but only to escape that and ending up in the little known second killing fields of Thailand. It's a very inspirational story. And so there'll be more and more stuff like this coming along. So anyway, let's get on with the table tipping report for this week. No questions were asked this week, so I just put some questions in, and to see how it goes, maybe it could inspire you for next week to do so. So here we go. Jeanne, on the earth plane, was you consciously aware that you were operating in 5D? No. Okay. Your 15th century mind wouldn't accommodate that. Was it agreed in the spirit world that you would come to earth plane specifically to fulfill your undertaking? So it's as I mentioned in the documentary that I put forward the proposal that Jeanne coming to the earth plane to do her work had to have been agreed in the spirit world first. Okay. So, were you taken from your body before you could feel any pain from the funeral pyre? Yes. Okay. I figured as much. Did you manage to get in a trance state like the monk that we saw in the documentary, thus alleviating all pain? No, you didn't get in a trance. I dare say you couldn't. It must have been terrifying and been almost impossible to get into a trance state under that situation. But you was taken from your body long before there was suffocation from fumes or the fire actually got to your body. Okay. So your ring is the only known surviving artifact of yours. But is your sword being held somewhere secretly? Because I kept getting this information that you were telling me that the sword is still around. And so it's being held in a secret location somewhere. Okay, well we'll have to talk about that, Jeanne. Yes, okay. Okay. And so a final question about yourself, Jeanne. Are there any descendants of your brothers alive today? There are. Interesting. Okay. And do these people know that they're actual descendants of the Duck family? No, because the records were also poorly kept and names change as they marry into another family and so on and so forth. Interesting. Will this ever be revealed, you think? Yeah, maybe, but it's just not important. Okay, yeah. Okay. Jeanne, is it correct to say that more now than before we must keep our minds clear and consciously refrain from negative thoughts? We have to consciously be aware of this, and that was a strong yes. and to understand that mostly everything that we see today is smoke and mirrors. Okay, another strong yes. And since nothing can be trusted, we have only our heart centre to think from now, correct? Because the heart doesn't lie. And so we must learn to open this up again and start feeling the response to questions. So if you watch the news, for example, okay, there's a scandal, I'm told, by a British TV presenter that's unfolding, and you know, everyone's taking sides now, so you're never going to find the truth of it. This is an example, for example, where we should use our heart centre to use discernment and find out what the truth is. Having said that, this is just a waste of our resource with something like this, but this is just an example of how we can use our heart centre. There's many more things now that we can learn to focus our thoughts and our energy and the responses from the heart centre. Yes, at first you may get a few things wrong, but with practice and you keep your heart centre open, you will find the answers. And sometimes those answers don't come in words. They are really just a feeling of, yes, that is right, no, that's wrong. And with practice you get more information, either intuitively or through remote viewing or clairvoyantly, and so on and so forth. Okay, we should practice this feeling from the heart because our minds are full of bread and circuses, correct? So that's the other thing, our minds are getting so full with all kinds of distractions that we are now working from the ego centre, the ego, which is a trickster, and everything from the heart centre down is being suppressed. So we need to stop and think, am I thinking from the head or the heart? Now, that's not to say sometimes we need to think from the head. If we're in a situation where we're in danger, then we need our conscious mind to think very quickly and get us out of trouble. You know, the fight or flight situation. But other than that, we should really start to use our heart. And I've just been told, she's just told me, you need to walk more in nature, and she just showed me forests and parts with deeply dense woodland area. So maybe she'll go into more detail at another point why that's more important to be in wooded areas. I think it's obvious for most of us, but I wouldn't want to say anything without confirming it with her. Okay. So a question on crop circles. Are they created by benevolent beings? I ask this question because I think this question was asked to me earlier in the week when we showed the documentary. So, and do they all have significant meanings which we have to decode? Very strong, yes. And do these crop circles also change the energy of the soil around them? Yes. For better, it will also eventually put more nutrients into the soil for crops. Okay. Jeanne. More people are reporting seeing numbers synchronistically turning up. Right. This is complex. Are there individual synchronistic events linked to other people's events forming a collective synchronicity? Okay. And like the random event generators, these synchronicities are telling us that some major event is happening or about to happen. Now, when we say a major event, it may not even make the news headlines or the newspapers, because that's very 3D thinking. If it's big news, it has to be in the newspapers. It doesn't necessarily mean so. It just means something major is going to happen, or about to happen, or is happening right now. And it's not always in the interests of the press and others to report this. So just try and detach yourself from the fact that just because it wasn't in the news, it wasn't such a big event. And so these synchronicities happen with the help of angels and guides, etc., and out of our own consciousness. So it's a combination of the two. Our consciousness is helping to create the synchronicity, and the angels and the guides do their bit as well. And so when we consciously observe synchronicity, we change what is being observed. See, I told you it gets very complicated. Or, to be more accurate, we activate what is being observed. And I think they did some physics experiments called the observer effect. So, and I think this was something to do with the, what do they call it? The secondary split theory, or the single split theory or theories. It's very complicated, and they also get into Schrodinger's cat as well, which, not for me, thank you very much. So anyway, look, this is all we have today. Thank you, Jeanne. I'll be back next week with another report. Please just keep putting the messages in the Telegram group, and I'll get them on the report for the following week. Again, it'll be in the members section only. So for those of you who signed up, thank you. For those of you who are considering it, thank you also. And whatever you're doing this week, have a great week, and I'll be back next week. Bye-bye for now.
In my own country, they call me Jeannette. Since I came into France, I have been called Jeanne. Of my surname, I know nothing. I was born in the village of Domremy, as far as I know. I am, I should say, about 19 years of age.